Hey, it's Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we have a quadruple new artist alert, plus David Essex, who I've heard before on the channel. Yes, we're headed all the way back to 1969, 1971, 1973, 1974, 1975, and 1993 to listen to He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by The Hollies, Never Been to Spain by Dog Night, Rock On by David Essex, The Air That I Breathe by The Hollies, Dreamweaver by Wright, and Kissing the Machine by Electric Music. And this mega music reaction video comes courtesy of my amazing supporter here and over on Patreon, Mr. Deep Cuts. So thank you so much, sir, for all your support and for leading me on this big 70s deep dive and tacking on a 60s and 90s song as well. Okay, out of these 6 songs, Dreamweaver is technically the only song I've heard before several times, so I know it's amazing. We'll start with that one. It comes from The Dreamweaver, Gary's 3rd studio album. It's about the power of the mind and imagination to provide comfort and escape from the difficulties of life. Let's dive in.
Just close my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train.
Don't recall this part.
Trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me high through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane. Cross the highways of fantasy, help me to forget today's pain. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Though the dawn may be coming soon, there still may be some time.
Great bridge.
Fly me away to the bright side of the moon. Meet me on the other side. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Dreamweaver.
I was waiting for that payoff. I knew it was coming. Never sounded better. I've never heard it in headphones, only on a radio far away. Incredible. So satisfying. I'm filming this early in the morning. Kind of rare for me these days. It's about 9:30 a.m. So this was better than any breakfast I could have had. Amazing. I knew it was. I loved that super dreamlike, surreal keyboard introduction, setting the tone, never gets old, sounding better than ever to my ears. I also loved Gary's surreal kind of vocals. His delivery was soft, sometimes whispery, airy, matched all that music that had those same qualities, just perfection. Of course, I'm going to connect with those amazing cosmic, we'll call them, splashes of synth here and there, a few notes going here, there, lots of keyboard movement. You know I love that. Jean-Michel Jarre does it perfectly, Kraftwerk, etc. But here it's also done amazingly. A really awesome bass line in this one. I've never zoned in on that, so it was very striking, very, very enjoyable. And of course the chorus, one of the best parts of the song, very catchy. It was full of hope, joy, wonder. I love that. By the coda, just an airy wash of keys, bass, and vocals. Incredible. I loved every second. Again, I've heard this probably, who knows, many times, we'll say, over the years when I used to listen to radio. So I knew it was great, but it was finally nice to hear it in all its glory, the way it's meant to be on headphones. And again, that outro, that payoff, I was waiting for it. It came. It delivered in all its glory. Wow, I got chills in that short section. It was only, 20, 30 seconds, but it was amazing. I was just basking in the cosmic, unconscious bliss and dreaminess of it all. A perfect way to end a great song. Of course, it's getting the Epic Platinum Record Award, absolutely, for Dreamweaver by Gary Wright, 1975. All right, now jumping all the way to the 90s. Kissing the Machine by Electric Music comes from Esperanto, their first studio album in the synth-pop and techno genres. Interesting. Andy McCluskey of the band OMD co-wrote the song and provides the vocals. Wow, absolutely love that band. Had no idea. Obviously, this is one member of Kraftwerk, one member of OMD collaborating. I'm sure I'm going to love it. Wow. Loved it. Definitely hear the OMD influence there. Not just the vocals, obviously, it's a singer of OMD, but the music as well, the passion, I want to say the love, but we'll talk about the lyrics and how I could not decipher them on first read, figure them out, figure out what the song's about, but still I felt the passion at least. We won't say love. Kissing, maybe there is love involved. Anyway, great song, synth heavy, 80s, very 80s sounding, even though it's 93. So of course I'm going to love it. Yeah, again, so easy to connect with this one for so many reasons. We start off with at least triple synth perfection, left, right, center, up, maybe 4 of them, but I think I heard at least 3, creating this sonic world. I like that at least the one on the right stayed through the whole song, kind of creating this steady guiding backbone, maybe the one on the left too. Very nice. And then just more synths on top of it. Loved it. But it was striking as far as the sound. I'm like, are we sure we're not in the 80s? Of course, sounding very 80s intentionally. Love that. But we are in the 90s. I'd never know. I love the tones on those beautiful electric drums. Very nice as well. Then, of course, the beautiful, passionate vocals arrive from Andy. Of course, I've loved his voice from the beginning, since I've known a lot of OMD back in the 80s when they first came out. Lots of great reflective vocal melodies happening here as well. I got a lot of hints of different bands. Of course, OMD. We literally have a member of OMD, but I heard some Erasure in there. Maybe a little early Depeche Mode. Kraftwerk, I'm sure. There had to be an influence, since again, it's one of the members of Kraftwerk here who apparently went solo. I never knew that, of course. Many others, just this beautiful 80s tapestry going on here. Yeah, very easy to get lost in this one. The whole song kind of goes down so smoothly, like a cool electronic drink, we'll call it. The female vocals, that was a nice tangent in the song. I'm sure they helped to enhance the story. Again, I wish I knew what it was about. If you guys know, you can let me know. I read them once or twice, couldn't decipher the lyrics, but I know it's an interesting story, whatever it is. And then, of course, here's a perfect example of how to end the song calmly. So many songs end with these huge explosive codas. Not this one, just that simple keyboard riff, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, to take us out. It went on, became hypnotic and calming at the same time. Wow, a beautiful song. I'll give it 5 super shiny golden records, an A+ for Kissing the Machine by Electric Music, 1993. All right, now on to Rock On. Comes from Rock On, David Essex's first studio album. It was a single and became an international hit. The song has been covered many times. I do actually remember the Michael Damian version, which was huge on the radio when I was about 13 or 14 years old. They played it to death. I love that version, so I know I love the song. The song speaks to the joy and spirit of rock and roll music, evoking a sense of nostalgia and the desire for freedom. Let's go. Let's see how different it is from the other version. Interesting. Wow. Very unique tones.
Hey, kid, rock and roll, rock on, ooh, my soul. Hey, kid, boogie doo, did ya? Hey, shout, summertime blues, jump up and down in the blue suede shoes. Hey, dear, you rock and roll, rock on. And where do we go from here? Which is a way that's clear. Still looking for that blue blue jean, baby queen, prettiest girl I ever seen. See her shake on the movie screen. Jimmy Dean,
James Dean.
An orchestra? Wow.
and where do we go from here? Which is the way that's clear? Still looking for that blue jean, baby queen, prettiest girl I ever seen. See her shake on the movie screen. Jimmy Dean, Jimmy Dean, rock on, 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 rock on. Rock on, hey, rock and roll, rock on, hey, rock and roll, rock on, hey, rock and roll, rock on, hey, rock on.
Wow. Huge surprises there. Nothing like the version I've heard by Michael Damian. Yes, the same basic melodies, but very, very different. Lots of surprises here. Wow, this has to be a song that lends itself to being on something, if you know what I mean. Would probably make it even more interesting, but I was very interested in what I heard. We'll start with that awesome, unique introduction. I'm sure there was bass doing some strange things, but lots of percussion too on the left and right, creating this slow groove with these really unique sounds that I don't really think I've heard quite that way before. Amazing. Then, of course, David comes in. I've heard him sing before on Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. I think pretty certain that's where I've heard him. Sounding, I think, different here, I'm going to guess. At least somewhat different. I loved his ultra smooth, almost slow-mo, hypnotic vocal delivery. Fit the song, fit the groove perfectly. His voice was just super crisp and clean in the way it sounded, the way it was processed. I don't know, it was very special. Of course, I love those moments where there was kind of echo, multiple Davids going on, being panned left and right. That was appreciated as well. Then those strings arrive all of a sudden. I know I heard brass, right? Wow, a super surprise. Didn't expect that. It's not in the other version. Made it so cool. Of course, it upped my score as well. Then these deep male backing vocalists arrive. Again, a whole new unique element to the song that I wasn't familiar with. As the song progressed, especially in that ending, it started getting like having a very primal feel to it. Obviously due to those impressive big driving drums, all the percussion, and then those male voices that came back, almost forming a choir with David. That was crazy. Again, so different. I loved the difference from that rock version to this one, which is a whole nother ballgame. Then amidst all that, they throw in these almost disco sounding strings, and I don't mean the melodies, nothing like disco here, but the tone of the strings, just wow. Again, another surprise, a last-minute surprise. Really love this version. It's getting the Epic Platinum Record Award, absolutely, for Rock On by David Essex, 1973. All right, on to Three Dog Night. Pretty sure I've only ever heard one song from them, Joy to the World, of course. So, you know, hey, better late than never. Never Been to Spain comes from Harmony, their 7th album. It's a cover version and was a hit single for Three Dog Night. The original by Hoyt Axton was released earlier that same year. It's about staying home and dreaming of the places he could have visited and how his life experiences relate to those places. Like he wished he would have gone there, but he went there in his own ways, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I took the lyrics. So let's get into it.
Well, I never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. See, the ladies are insane there, and they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it, never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. Well, I never been to England, but I kinda like the Beatles. Well, I hit it for Las Vegas, only made it out to meet us. So good, oh, feels so good. Well, I never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Oh, they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma,
could have used a longer fade out because I was enjoying that vibe. A very unique vibe for me and my channel, I would say. The song felt very weathered, if that makes sense. That's a good thing, of course. Something I don't really pick up on a lot of the songs I hear. It just had that down home kind of southern feel, bluesy country a bit. That was cool. I loved that unique pocket that I was in for this song. Wow. Wasn't quite sure. Again, I only know one song by them, but you know, they probably have more than one vibe, but I love this vibe for Three Dog Night. Excellent vocals here, of course, but a great vocal build. We start so different from how we end the song vocally. In the beginning, it was kind of, again, these slow motion, sort of whispery vocals. Wow, great way to start the song. I love the slower tempo of the song, a nice surprise. I expected some fast rock for some reason, but no, this was perfect in the tempo. Again, that bluesy rock feel was incredible. Just thick, old sounding, weathered. Hopefully I'm making sense. Just enjoyable. It's like, compare this song to the one I heard by Electric Music a couple songs ago. You know, apples, oranges, night and day, so different. Great storytelling here, of course. It really felt like I was listening to and watching a man, an older man, just thinking back on his life, sitting on his porch in a rocking chair, playing his guitar, singing about life, his experiences. So cool. Also a great build in the music and all the elements they added. Again, they start quiet. As they keep going, you know, they add other vocalists, probably more instruments. I think he even jumps up an octave into the sky. Very nice build all around for this song. Of course, plenty of thick old guitars shining, driving the song, of course, all around. Really nice. Old and weathered. But I loved the subtle organ. We got it towards the end in the center, kind of hiding, but I heard it. Some great piano creeping in on the left earlier in the song. That was just, you know, added bonuses to this nice, bluesy, rocky, weathered song. I'll give it 5 super shiny golden records, an A+ for Never Been to Spain by Dog Night, 1971. All right, now on to The Air That I Breathe. Comes from Hollies, the Hollies' 14th studio album. It's also a cover version and was a major hit single for the Hollies. The original was released in 1972 by singer-songwriter Albert Hammond. The song encapsulates the essence of love and emotional fulfillment, portraying a deep connection between the narrator and their partner, where love is equated to the very air they breathe. Sounds romantic. Let's go. And looking at their top 10 most popular songs, I'm pretty sure I know 0 songs by the Hollies.
If I could make a wish, I think I'd pass. Can't think of anything I need.
Beautiful tone on the acoustic.
No cigarettes, no sleep, no light, no sound.
I hear you, Radiohead.
Nothing to eat, no books to read. Making love with you has left me peaceful, warm and tired. What more could I ask? There's nothing left to be desired.
So it was a big hit? I can see why. I can just picture people eating this version up way back when. Yeah, to me this one was wonderfully mixed, beautifully arranged, of course. The orchestra, we'll talk about that. But the beginning was beautiful with that warm acoustic guitar on the left and right. We got some electric in the center, a nice contrast. Beautiful, soft vibes. Then the lead singer arrives, his voice wonderful, powerful. Of course, I don't know his name. I didn't write that down because there was so much music today. But his voice was really interesting, kind of a blend of three different things. Maybe a crooner from long, long ago, a progressive rock singer, and an 80s pop ballad singer. Put them all into one, you have him. Wonderful. Then the strings arrive. They make a visit to make me smile. Great builds in the song. Wow. We got more orchestra later. Of course, that big soaring chorus, one of the best parts of the song, obviously. Definitely some Beatles thrown in there. Beatles vibes. Love that. Then we get some brass. Wow. Didn't expect that. The orchestra is here. They're here to drive a great song even higher. And yes, I had read about Radiohead using those chord progressions for their song Creep, and I definitely heard it. Wow. Kind of surprising. Never knew that, of course. I loved the great, powerful harmonies that we were getting. Excellent, excellent. And another really interesting choice was how they literally held the word breathe for a long time. The second time they even changed the notes that the breathe was being sung on. That was cool. It literally became about breathing because they were holding their breath, singing that note for a long time, and then a big breath after that, I'm sure. Really artistically creative. So a super strong, beautiful love song. It's getting the Epic Platinum Record Award, absolutely, for The Air That I Breathe by the Hollies, 1974. And finally, we'll end this retro extravaganza with He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. You know, I've heard that phrase, that song title, most of my life, so, maybe I've heard it. We're about to find out. Anyway, this version comes from Hollies Sing Hollies, their 9th studio album. The US version of the album is called He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. It's yet again a cover song and was a worldwide hit for the Hollies. The original was recorded the same year in 1969 by Kelly Gordon. The song conveys a powerful message about brotherhood, compassion, and the importance of supporting one another through life's challenges, emphasizing that love and connection outweigh any burdens we may carry for each other. Sounds deep, sounds heavy. Let's get into it. Harmonica?
The road is long with a many winding tongue that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong.
Strings.
His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know my brother. If I'm leaning at a It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on the way to there, why not share? My brother, he's my brother.
So much emotion there. Such big life concepts being discussed. Those kind of lyrics always make these songs so lasting, so impactful. Yeah, so we're in 1969. This one definitely sounds 60s to me. Obviously, the mixing had limited capability, but still so much was delivered here. For instance, such a passionate vocal delivery. Wow, so much power in the lead singer's voice. Nice moments of scratchy grit as well, especially in the beginning. Really appreciated that. But the whole song had a timeless feel. You know, this is one that will last forever, that will be strong forever because of the musical power and the lyrical power. Yeah, so much emotion in the music and lyrics. Wow. I only wish that 1969 Hollies could have time traveled to 2025 to record and mix this one. It would have hit even deeper, but it certainly hit deep on different levels in me. Yeah, I love that so much of the song was way up there, soaring into the sky, as appropriate. Plenty of love in this song. I was feeling it. Again, so many different emotions. Such a feeling of unity, especially in that big ending. Wow. It makes the coda strong as steel. I was envisioning, a huge crowd of people just united in pure love the way it's supposed to be. So such powerful, beautiful music there and powerful, timeless imagery. I'll give this one 5 super shiny golden records, an A+ for He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by the Hollies, 1969. And thank you so very much for this incredible ride of amazing retro music today. The amazing Gary Wright, Electric Music featuring Carl Bartos of Kraftwerk, David Essex, Dog Night, the Hollies, anyone else involved, and of course, the amazing Mr. Deep Cuts. All right, that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you love these as well. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about these 6. I would love to know what you think. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.